no work, literally. But my old English professor asked me if he could come by tonight. So ladies and gentlemen, Professor Fellowsworth, come on out, sir.
Okay, all right, enough, please, please. Some professors might find your enthusiasm to be encouraging. Personally, I'm not a fan. So if you could just not smile at all, that'd be great. Thank you, Jason. Thank you. Jason was indeed one of my better students. And then he went on to do improv. So, frankly, I don't know if there's any hope for the rest of you. But you were great. You were great when you were in my class.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Well, I leave them in your tender hands.
Yes, yes, thank you, of course. All right. Okay. Oh, God. Okay. Oh. All right. Yes, again, my name is Chenry Fellowsworth, with a ch. But you all can call me Professor Chenry Fellowsworth, with a ch. A little bit about myself. I graduated with top honors from Harvard University, with dual degrees in comparative literature and creative writing. I got an MFA from the prestigious Iowa Writers' Workshop, and another MFA from Oxford University, aka the University of Oxford. And at one point, New Yorker magazine called me one of the most promising young voices in American literature. And of course, I ended up taking an adjunct professorship teaching English for Dummies here at DeVry University. Suffice it to say, I'd rather not go into the details of what transpired between the wild and deserved successes of my youth and this. But it's fair to say that there's got to be a good book in there somewhere. Oh, oh God. Oh God. Okay. So, English literature. What is it all about? It's about people writing in English, for one, putting it into book form. Now, considering the fact that most of you here at DeVry are majoring in data entry, I don't know how useful this course is going to be for you, but they are paying me with money this time. So I figure I might as well do the bare minimum effort. I don't want to give the impression that I have any desire to learn any of your names whatsoever, but the school has asked me to at least pretend to give a shit. So we're going to have the class introduce themselves. I don't know, just say your name and your favorite novel, if you have one, if you've read one, if you've read a novel. Just say the name of a novel, okay? You, sir, what's your name?
Cameron.
Cameron. Be a good character name. Noted that. What's your favorite novel?
Catcher in the Rye.
Catcher in the Rye. Of course you'd say Catcher in the Rye. I knew J.D. Salinger. You know who was a phony? J.D. Salinger. All right? Do you know he had never been to New York City when he wrote that book? I've been to New York City. I've been published in... Oh, okay. Never mind. Sir, what's your name?
Jacob.
Jacob. Not as good as Cameron. What's your favorite novel?
The Perks of Being a Wallflower.
Never heard of it. Sir, what's your name? What?
Dustin.
Dustin, that's not a real name. I've read 1,000 books. I've never seen the name Dustin in a book. Sir, what's your name? Levon. Going in the wrong direction. What's your favorite novel?
Harry Potter.
God damn it. Look, Joanne and I have an history. I'd rather not go into it. So thanks a fucking lot. Miss, what's your name? What the fuck? What's your favorite novel? God damn it! stole Harry Potter from me, okay? I was working on my unofficial novelization of Braveheart in her cafe. She comes up to me, she says, Chenry, with a ch, I need advice. I'm trying to write a novel. And I said, I was irritated because she was interrupting my work, and I said, oh, why don't you write a book about a kid who finds out he's a wizard? Yeah, that'd be, why don't you write 7 books? And I was clearly being sarcastic. And that fool went up and wrote the damn things anyway. Didn't even bother to give me a cut. Look, sarcastic good advice is still good advice. Look, I tried to learn all your names, but fucking most of them aren't real, so we're gonna... I don't even want to ask this question, but did any of you happen to do the assigned reading? Read the fucking syllabus! It's there for a reason. Well, I'm just gonna have to pick somebody. I'm gonna have to pick somebody to do the oral pop quiz. So, you miss, please. Please do. Okay. Now, have you read The Great Gatsby?
I read the Cliff's Notes and actually Spark Notes.
We read To Kill a Mockingbird.
I'm a non-fiction.
Oh, non-fiction. Oh, I'm too good for making up stories. Stories have to be real to mean something.
What can I say?
17 magazine is not non-fiction. She should take that as a compliment. I said 17. Not even spoken this. We're going to try Great Gatsby, one of the greatest novels in American history. What casual nickname does Gatsby call everyone he meets? This is a multiple choice question. A, Old Sport. B, Old Spice. C, Spicy Fella. Or D, Fuckface. Who got into my quizzes again? Fuckface will never be the answer.
Old Sport.
Old Sport. All right, there you go. Old Sport is correct. Of course, calls people that as part of an insane and futile effort to get people to like him. And if you're a genius, people shouldn't have to like you, right? Thank you. This is a true or false question. The green light at the end of Daisy's Dock.
I remember the green light, that's all I remember.
I'm not asking if it was in the book. Is that what you do when you're taking a test? Do you write over half of the question with your answer?
I get straight A's, don't you?
I have no interest in doing it. She's 17! True or false? The green light, which as we've established is definitely in the book, at the end of Daisy's Dock, at which Gatsby stares longingly from across the bay, represents the American dream. True or false? False! The green light represents traffic lights, which had only recently been invented. It was Fitzgerald's first foray into a little-used literary device known as literal symbolism. This is a fill-in-the-blank question, so wait for the blank! At the end of the novel, George Wilson shoots Gatsby in the blank. I don't know if there was a letter in 17 magazine about accidentally shooting your boyfriend in the dick, but it's not the answer. The answer is pool. He was in his pool. If you had done a close reading, you would have known that he had stuck his dick in the thing at the side of the chest. It's in the close reading. You can't close read a spark note. Okay. This is an essay question. I had my own drink. It's a watered-down Dr. Pepper cherry. All right, so this is an essay question. So you're going to have to respond with an introductory paragraph, a thesis statement, at least 3 supporting paragraphs, and a conclusion.
So hamburger essay.
Jesus Christ. Is that the term that they use in your public schools? Can they only teach things in terms of fast food? Is that what's going on? Fuck.
And that's the side of fries. It's just the hamburger.
All right, let's leave. Okay. Do you agree with F. Scott Fitzgerald's assertion that there are no second acts in American lives? Or is it entirely possible for somebody such as, say, a highly educated and brilliant professor of literature, who due to the struggling economy and other factors beyond his control, such as multiple personality conflicts and up to 3 wrongful DUI arrests, has reached the nadir of human existence and lowered himself to teaching English to slovenly buffoons such as yourself to pull himself together and reinvent himself as the multi-millionaire, critically acclaimed author he so clearly deserves to be?
No. The end.
Alright, well, there was a good talk. I don't have office hours, so don't ask. DeVry, as part of an incentive effort to get students to do something, has insisted that we give out prizes for effort. So, a prize for you, since clearly reading is not something that is even in your thought process. I've got the unabridged Laurel K. Hamilton's A Kiss of Shadows on a cassette tape. A thrilling adventure of unbridled imagination featuring a fairy princess in the modern world. All it would take was my true name being mentioned after dark, and it would float back to my aunt. She was the queen of air and darkness, and that meant that anything said in the dark was hers to hear eventually. And it goes on. This is written by Laurel K. Hamilton, but read by Laurel Merlington.
It's as if you listen to my prayers at night.
All right. There you go.
Thank you.
I hope you have some sort of cassette player.
I will shall look for one.
Great. You can track down a copy of the actual book, maybe you can read it along.
So I want to learn to read.
All right, great. So, thank you. What was your name again?
Liz.
Liz.